Hello, Internet. Are you sick of me yet? Third video of the day. So earlier today we talked about the TPP, we talked about the Zika virus, we talked about Congress. We were doing a medical show, so we didn't do the TPP. So as I'm packing and getting ready to go to my high school reunion, which is 4.5 hours away, if you notice, I have not moved. Clearly didn't leave because Gary Johnson and Bill Weld were in town, which I completely forgot, or I think I knew, but I was going to be out of town, so I didn't think about it, but I was late. And I was like, well, I'm already late, so I guess I'm not going to the cocktail party tonight. And I went over to the I went over to the Libertarian town hall. Now, I already told you I Dem exited. I am Green Party. However, and I was really like, I'm more Libertarian in general than I am Green. We talked about that this morning. However, I'm really no TPP. So I want to talk about what Gary and Bill think about the TPP because I interviewed them about that, and I'm going to have a follow-up interview, so I need all of your very detailed, specific questions so that we can get those answered. But hey, David. Hey, Pamela. Hey, Chris. Hey, Clayton. You guys are awesome. Let's see. Where can I change parties? David, it depends on your state. Somewhere there is Dem exit, a list of every state, and you can figure out how to get out. But like New York, you can't, in New York, you can't Dem exit. You can't leave. If you're a Democrat, you can't leave. You can say, I want to change my party, but it won't go into effect until after the general election, which I think is like holding you hostage, right? It's like, I no longer want to be in this party, damn it. So, doesn't matter in the general election who you are registered with, you can vote for whoever you like. So I have an hour-long video. I truly want you all, every single burner on this right now, every single one of you, I want you to watch it, okay? These guys are really practical. They're for small government. If they're for the TPP right now, it's because they have not read it all, which Bill admitted. He's read chunks of it, but he's not read all of it, okay? So I believe dearly, truly in my heart that what this trade package is completely a violation of what they believe in, and they would not be for it if they were to read the entire piece. What they like is free trade. They like that it's with 11 countries and not China, and let's just keep China out of this trade deal because they're trying to screw us with copyright infringement and piracy and all this other stuff, so let's just leave them out of this trade agreement. And I get that, and I get why they like that, and on paper, in a short little paragraph, it sounds good. So I think they're basing it on that they like the idea of free trade, but they like the idea of limited government. What they aren't going to like is this corporate governance panel that can actually violate our First Amendment rights and sue us and make us not talk and take our stuff and create more bureaucracy. I believe that piece of it, they're not aware of how destructive that is. So I don't think that they're going to like it. So thank you, Samantha, for sharing Gary's video. It is on this page. It is pinned to the top, so that I think it's pinned to the top so you can see it. So that is the thing. Now, I am supposed to go to my high school reunion. I am the alumni class president, people. I am the one throwing the darn party. Thank you, Lillian Bracken, for throwing tonight, for hostessing tonight, and I promise I will be there tomorrow, although I might have to kidnap somebody to drive me because from what I understand, Wikileaks is dropping tomorrow. Oh, could they not drop tonight to give me a head start? And, okay, we are going to the rumor mill. Are you all with me? Put on your tinfoil hats, because this is where we're going. The rumor mill is that the leak is actually Huma Abedin. That these are videos, that these are private videos, that these are videos that were being uploaded to the Saudis, that were intercepted by Anonymous, and then she was leveraged to access the DNC in exchange for not saying it was her. So it's a very interesting tinfoil hat conspiracy theory. However, what is being leaked, I believe, will be videos. As I said, the insurance file was 95 gigabytes. That's a lot of video. That's definitely not just the dozen voicemails that we heard. That is video. And it supposedly will show collusion, fraud, corruption, payoffs, and who owns Hillary. So if that is the case and that drops tomorrow, we need a parliamentarian to tell us, what does that mean for the Democratic Party? Is Bernie back or not? And if Bernie is not back, then what? Okay, so then if Bernie is not back, you have the choice of Jill or Gary. Okay, Jill doesn't believe in charter schools. Gary does. For me personally, I have a hard time, right? I think I can convince Gary to not be for the TPP or to edit it to the point where people like me would be okay. But it's really, the no charter school thing with the Green Party. She wants everybody to be public schools, even though charter schools cost less. And in my last video, you're like, charter schools cost more. No, they cost less. Go look at the comments. I posted the links to the studies where a traditional school, public school, the student gets about it's $11,000 per student, and in a charter school, it's about $7,000. So they get 58% less or something like that. It's a big chunk less that they get in a charter school. They're less funded than public schools, and they are way more effective. So if we actually flipped this whole conversation and made everything charter school and school choice, we could actually save money as a people, turn out children that love their education, that love schooling, that love to learn, and are better prepared for a new economy or to be entrepreneurs or whatever it's going to take. So I think that would be something to really look at. In terms of libertarians, they want to legalize marijuana. In their platform, they say want to legalize everything. I really think it's just going to be day one, legalize marijuana. Let's see how that goes. I don't think they're going to push to legalize everything. They're very practical, these two. So Bill and Gary were both governors of states. So New Mexico and Maryland. And they cut taxes. And they improved services, and they got a lot of stuff done, which was great. So that's a big key piece, is they were able to do what needs doing at our level, at the federal government level. So think about that. And Emma, I'm with you. Just saying, before Bernie, Ron Paul was my hero. And now, was Ron Paul a libertarian? Now, Ron Paul's a Republican, right? But at the same time, I'm totally Ron Paul. Like, I believe in that. But it's that honesty. So I needed to go belly check these boys. That's why I skipped my reunion tonight, so that I could go belly check them for you, on behalf of you, to say, are these guys really, truly honest, right? Because I got to feel their energy, and I got to feel, could they take it all the way? If they were in the White House, would they do a good job? The other thing that I really like about these guys is they are not in lockstep. They are not like agreeing on everything. Sometimes they disagree. Sometimes they have these really hilarious debates, like in the most inopportune times, like on TV, where they're respectfully debating a position that actually, it's like how I do it with all of you, where I say respectful debate is absolutely allowed. Please broaden my horizons, increase my perspectives, and tell me what I don't know. And that's how those guys are. So I like that part. I really liked them, and I did. I got like right up close, like 6 inches belly to belly. So I definitely got to feel the energy, and these guys are pretty transparent. There is not a shred of facade on them. No makeup either. No hairspray, no nothing. And it was windy and sunny, probably some sunscreen though. So that is my report on that. The WikiLeaks dump tomorrow is going to be epic. And I mean like earth-shatteringly epic. So I need your help. As soon as it drops, go in, look, pull out the juicy stuff, direct message it to me so that I can cull through it faster and come out with videos and share what is happening. You guys are my fact checkers. You are part of this movement. You are helping me spread the truth and make sure that it gets out there. So please share this video, spread this video, get everybody prepared that the next leak is going to be earth-shattering. I want to thank Anonymous. Love you guys. You always do good work. They find the good stuff, and of course they shared it. From what I understand, they already shared it with the Russian television, which is RT, which Julian Assange licensed RT everywhere, and so the Russians have a license for it, and he's like, I don't work with the Russians. That's not what it is. But the Russians already have a copy of all of these videos, but they couldn't release it. Otherwise, it would trigger, everybody pointing fingers at Russia saying it's Russia. So it all got given to WikiLeaks, but it wasn't Russia that did it in the first place. That's the touchy point, right? Anonymous did it and gave it to Russia, and then Russia gave it to WikiLeaks, I think. So it's not that the Russians did it. It's not Russian perpetration, but they have a copy of it. So, so interesting, fascinating, this entire world of espionage. And I also believe that if the Libertarian Party, if Gary and Bill were elected, that Snowden and Assange would be absolutely vindicated and pardoned. Because the shit that's going down that they are helping bring to the forefront is not what these guys stand for at all. And these are victimless crimes, just like they would pardon the tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people in jail on personal drug charges, and pardon all of them and eliminate the whole prison corporation complex profit thing. I think that they would help bring justice for all of us anyway. So it is like yes, Pamela, it is like a crazy, crazy movie. And Emma, people are opening their eyes. They're not. I had to deal with like 8 Hillbots today and people going, I'm afraid for me, so you have to vote for Hillary to protect me. And I'm like, no, I don't. I don't have to vote for Hillary, and I don't have to vote for Trump. And I do really like Jill. However, I do not believe, I like their platform, but I do not believe that they have a ticket that can win. So I'm going to change to Libertarian. Here's why. Hear me out. Love Jill. But here's why. You are talking about 2 extraordinarily successful 2-term governors. Bill was reelected after making all of these cuts, after cutting the budget, cut, right? Which normally pisses people off. He cut all the budget, balanced the budget. He was reelected with a 71% approval, like 71% of the vote for his second term. Okay. So yes, Nala, Gary is currently for the TPP. I have not had my way with him yet, but I will. He now knows my face, not just my social media avatars, because we have been talking online. So I went to meet them in person, and we are going to discuss the TPP, which is why I need all of you to dissect it and give me all of the little tidbits that you want me to talk about so that I can get that stuff cleared up. That's what I think. We will have a special on the TPP. That's what we will do. So anyway, yeah, so Abraham Lincoln, I think I told you, Abraham Lincoln was the last third-party candidate to get elected. And that was 161 years ago. So don't you think it's time? I think it's time. I think it's beyond time that we did it again. And why not a party that is small government, no taxes? Watch the video. Take an hour and watch the video the whole way through. Great questions at the end for the Q&A. They both did a great job speaking. It kicks off their college tour, so see if they're coming to a town near you and go meet them. That crowd was Bernie-sized. Okay, when I first got there, I'm like, oh, there's only like 200 or 300 people here. And then I turn around and I'm like, oh, there's a couple thousand people here. Like way more than we're at the Omaha rally for Clinton, and absolutely all of them of voting age. Actually, I saw like 3 kids. Some people brought their kids, but they were not teenagers masquerading as voters. These were all like actual people, and there was a significant number of Bernie people. So we are going to have a rally in Reno for Bernie people to talk about where they intersect and where they dissect, where they diverge, how the end result can be the same. Because that is a piece of this whole puzzle that I need everyone to be really cognizant of, is that you do not have to make your scrambled eggs the same way to end up with scrambled eggs, right? So my mother cracks the eggs, puts them in a bowl, whisks them with the fork, and then makes the scrambled eggs. I crack them into the frying pan, let them get a little, and then I stir them up and swoosh them up in the frying pan, and I still get scrambled eggs. So there's more than one way to do it to come up with the same result. So that's the thing that that I really want to be thoughtful with, is that just because we don't want to do it this particular way doesn't mean that we're not going to do it. And, you know, and actually the way that Gary wants to redo the healthcare system will end up saving us like 50%, and we'll still get the coverage that we need. So it's remarkable how you can have different plans for different things that are all sensible, right? And people thought, you know, Bernie's a socialist, but Bernie was actually very practical and sensible. And this whole redlining, that's another thing. And I haven't talked to Jill about the redlining, but Gary is absolutely like, so here was the thing about the Department of Education. I'm just going to give you this little piece of it. So Gary said the Department of Education should go. And as the example, he said, here in Nevada, you give the Department of Education 13 cents. They give you back 11 cents, and then they oversee the way that you spend that 11 cents to the point where it costs you 15 cents. And that's ridiculous. So get rid of the Department of Education, keep your 13 cents, apply it as you see fit, and let the states decide. And I think that that is so much more what those things are. That's I totally got a text message, so sorry, my brain just went off site. So getting rid of those overlaying things, that's the piece that we don't need, right? It's oversight. And so the original federal government was all about tiny little federal government, big states' rights. And you know, the Department of Commerce is actually how the feds overreach. So he was talking about eliminating the Department of Commerce, because that's really how in Washington they're totally screwing over the pot industry, because now it's like $2,600 a pound or something like that, or $26,000 a pound. Whatever it was crazy. Because I remember when I was a teenager that pot was $1 for a joint. No, we can't have that kind of inflation where it's like $50 a joint now. That just seems like crazy. So anyway, watch the video, okay? Watch the video. Talk to you later. Bye.